The end of my finger. Do you see that tiny chip? I'll show you what that chip has to do with your privacy in the future coming up.
There is a chip out there that can track you and your personal information. Next, Bill Gebhardt shows you how this tiny chip works and who may want to use it to spy on you. You to learn what kinds of products you like to buy and just how much purchasing power you have.
Well, that's just what some privacy groups say is possible with radio frequency identification chips in products. Bill Gebhardt joins us live from a store that had plans to use this product. What's this all about, Bill?
Yeah, this is all about your privacy to begin with, and it's all about that little chip. Do you see it right there on my fingertip? That chip contains so much information that the manufacturers want to plant it in everything from dollar bills to every piece of clothing, every bar of soap that we use. As a matter of fact, this store, Walmart, nationwide, had plans to put this chip in absolutely everything they sell. That would be for inventory control purposes for them. But what about when you get these things home still in your clothes? Well, anybody with a scanner can read them, and then they can find out information about you. What's this? This is the Radio Frequency Identification, or RFID, convention in Chicago. Media coverage was very controlled. In order to show you this, I first had to agree to always be escorted everywhere inside the convention.
So it's very simple, so we just scan it?
And this is why. For my press pass at this convention, operators collected all sorts of background information about me. Then an RFID operator scanned my assigned convention tag.
And now all of your information has been transferred onto this RFID tag.
Now watch what happens. After I place the tiny RFID chip attached to the paper antenna into my wallet, I approach a booth. And as I walk in, the computer saw me coming.
And you were picked up.
That's right. Yards from any visible scanner. That little chip in my wallet sent all of my personal ID info to the people at the computer, and I never even knew. And that's just what these protesters outside Chicago's McCormick Place don't like about RFID.
It's about where I go and what I do, when I do it, and who knows.
According to RFID opponents, chips in products could make us walking targets for stores bent on selling us products that they know we like and buy. For instance, opponents worry retailers might actually scan us inside of their stores, looking for chips in our clothing and other personal items to see just what brand of shirt, pants, watch, breath mints, shoes, or even the credit card or amount of money actually in our wallets.
That's the little chip.
Walmart, for instance, had ordered that these little chips be placed in every item sold in their stores by 2005, beginning with Gillette products. After we called to ask Walmart about it, Walmart decided to delay its 2005 deadline, and Gillette officials attending the convention refused to talk to me.
Now, this will read from 10 to 30 feet away.
So is this technology a real threat to our privacy? For now, the businesses represented in this convention say the focus is on things like warehouse inventory control, where all items inside a crate can be instantly recorded as they pass by an antenna. Or loss prevention. Items removed from store shelves and not checked out in a timely manner may set off an alarm. So much for browsing. A concerned shopkeeper can just click on it when it was removed to see who removed it. But as long as a chip remains embedded in any product like razor blades or a shirt or a car or even some beer, as you check out using your credit card, the items are linked to your credit card and to you. To track you and everything about you all the time, every time you pass a sensor. Now, this is not science fiction. This technology is online right now, and these chips are being manufactured right now. The only question is exactly when they might be put to use, and will our legislators do anything to control this information and who gets access to it? Just as we drive around, maybe there'd be a sensor in the street. Will someone have control over that? Right now, no. They're working on it, maybe. We'll see. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Bill. And if you'd like more information on this story, you can just log on to our newly renovated website at KUTV.com.
That was really something. Digital Bill. Looking pretty good there. Still to come tonight, a former BYU quarterback in hot water.
And it turns out that it was already going on, Bill.
Yeah, how do you like that? You know, if you shopped at a certain Walmart store, then there was a little chip like the one that I have placed on the end of my finger there, and it was placed inside of a box like this. The manufacturer of the product, Procter & Gamble, place the chip in the box, and then they could scan the chip and they could watch you even as you were walking through the store and looking at their so-called smart shelf. The only trouble is, when you finally check this box out, the chip was never turned off, and so you took a live chip home with you.
These antennas are actually interrogating tags on the shelf.
It's called a smart shelf. Smart because it reads these.
Pretty good. There we go.
That's it. Teeny tiny microchips that many say will eventually be in absolutely everything we buy.
Everything has its own serial number, just like a license plate on a car.
Recently, I was the only TV reporter inside this Chicago trade show dedicated to radio frequency identification technology, the chips, RFID.
It's about where I go and what I do, when I do it, and who knows.
Outside, opponents of RFID were calling the chip Big Brother in your shopping basket.
78% of the public, when they hear about this technology, oppose it.
But RFID supporters told me there's no cause for alarm.
People are not using it on individual items.
For now, they said RFID chips are only used in warehouses on pallets and cartons. But as RFID chips do show up on your store shelf, should you be informed?
People have to know that there are chips in the things they're buying, if there are.
But look at this. A Walmart store did a secret test of RFID. A Chicago Sun-Times article has revealed that for 4 months, shoppers at this Oklahoma Walmart were secretly monitored. An unnamed Procter & Gamble employee provided this photo of the smart shelf. It looks just like any other store shelf. Antennas were concealed under the shelf paper. And RFID chips concealed in the packaging allowed Procter & Gamble researchers to know exactly when something was taken off the shelf in Oklahoma. And in Cincinnati, Ohio, some 750 miles away, those same researchers at Procter & Gamble could even watch customers on a video webcam. So just how did shoppers feel after the secret was out?
It's kind of fishy if they're going to do it and not inform us, then I don't like that.
Procter & Gamble declined to speak with us on camera, but they did tell us there were signs right on the shelf telling Walmart customers they were being monitored. But when we asked P&G if customers were informed about RFID chips in the lipstick box, they said no. According to the Sun-Times article, Walmart at first denied the Oklahoma test ever took place, but later acknowledged it. Walmart told us they remain committed to having their top 100 suppliers using the RFID chips by 2005 on cartons and pallets only. They assured us the Oklahoma test was the only time the chips ever made it to the individual products in their stores. All right, now, you know how this whole thing came to light? This whole thing came to light because an unnamed Procter & Gamble employee was concerned about your privacy. This stuff, this RFID chip technology placed in every single thing that we buy, soap to everything else, it's coming on. It's going to happen by 2005 in Walmart stores, it appears. Let's see if there's any thought given to any regulation about this. So far, I've seen very little. And if you have a problem you can't solve, maybe I can. The number's 973-3122, or my email address, gephardt@KUTV2.com.
Wow, it's like Big Brother, only the size of a pinhead.
Yeah.
Well, it really is. And will this stuff be in our cars? Will we be scanned as we're driving up and down the streets? Or will this simply be used for inventory control?
Makes you wonder.
You betcha.
All right, Bill, thanks a lot.
Well, I like the sun